That's a cool light. Let me change that up. There, that's a little better. Hey, you guys. I have this like weird window light going on. Let me switch this up. That's a little better. Hello, hello. Hi. So, welcome you guys. I'm gonna actually get started right now, super quick. My name is Ange Peters. I'm the founder of Hol Fit. Welcome everyone to Periscope Wednesday Q and A. I have to tell you real quick, I have 10% battery life left on my phone. My power went out at home. I was actually on a conference call, a Zoom call a few minutes ago with a big group of people, and my power went out. I lost the call. So I'm able to hop on Periscope and take a few questions today. Ooh, Tony Robbins. Hey, Anna, I've got your email. I'm going to write you back, I promise. I'm going to take a couple of questions today, and I'm going to take just 3 questions because I think my phone is going to cut out before I have the time to finish them. I need to fix my hair real quick. Like, you guys, I'm having a hot mess day today. Hi, Kate. Like, one of those days where I had my time zones mixed up for a call, had to go pick up my kids, and it was at the same time I was supposed to be on this call, and it's hailing, and now my power goes out. Like, do you guys have days like this where it's like, what else is possible? But we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna totally roll with it. I'm just glad you guys are all here. I'm gonna feed off your energy and your love. Thanks for the hearts and the shares every day. All right. Welcome, trolls. For those of you in the group that want to take a little roll on for me, if you don't mind blocking some of these people as they're commenting inappropriately. We have almost 200 people on the Q&A right now, many of whom are not adding value to our Periscope. So I'm going to get started. I will take 2 more questions. I have 1 question here. And what do I say to close after going over the oils in a class? Closing a class. Who do I think should win as president? I'm not going to get into that. Tony Robbins for president. How do I balance time with littles? Okay, let's do that one. This one comes up almost every week, but I always love to speak to that topic. Okay, so here are our 3 questions for today. Number 1, how is Tony Robbins? I went last week. I want to share my experience with you. Number 2, how to close an essential oil class. And number 3, how to balance life with kids and owning a business. So just real quick, for those of you hopping in, I'm Ange, the founder of Hol Fit, holistic nutritionist, business coach, essential oil, wellness leader, presidential diamond with doTERRA essential oils. And I wanted to start off by answering question number 1. Nice to meet you guys that are hopping in for the first time. Hello. So question 1 was about Tony Robbins. I was there last week with several of my business partners, and it was an incredible experience. How many of you know who Tony Robbins is? Tap some hearts. I want to see if many of you know who he even is. If you don't, all right, a lot of you in the group know of him. Maybe you were similar to myself where you have watched some of his YouTube stuff before. Maybe you've even done one of his programs. I've done one of his programs called Personal Power in the past. And I have to say, I have never experienced anything like it. He is somebody who has such a presence and has such a mission that is so much bigger than himself. He has been called to live something out for people, and what he really does well is helping people shift their beliefs that were never theirs in the first place. How many of you know what I mean by that? Beliefs that were programmed into you when you were younger. They were given to you by somebody else, and they prevent you from achieving your greatest self, from accessing your greatest self and living that out. And we all have them. He's really good at helping you crack that code. And one of the things I loved about his event is the energy in that room. There were 9,000 people in the convention center. Music pumping constantly, okay? Like energy like you would not believe. And what he would do is he would have you shift a belief through something he says, and then he'd have you get out of your chairs, and literally this was every 5 minutes. The music would pump, and he'd have people like literally raise their vibration, dance it out, change their state. We did some crazy stuff. I walked on hot coals. And I want to share something really quick. That is something that obviously I was scared to do, and a lot of people would be and were. And I, a couple of weeks ago, I was grateful to be able to speak to a couple of thousand people. There were about 3,000 people at a leadership retreat that doTERRA held. And I was asked to speak at it, and I was super nervous for it. I mean, obviously that's one of the biggest fears that people have is public speaking, and to such a large group of people. And I went through a lot of the same emotions that anybody would in that situation. They're like, who am I? What is my message? Like, what do I really have to share with people? And having gone through that experience and pushing myself and playing with that fear and not letting it control me helped me move to this next level. And when we were at this event last week and we were getting ready to walk on hot coals, I used that. I leveraged that feeling that I had through that sense of accomplishment of facing a fear of public speaking to that size of a group. And I was able to walk on the coals, and I did not get one burn. And what Tony trains you to do is to change your state, to be able to do anything. And so walking on hot coals at this event is really a representation of the understanding that you have that you can do anything in this life. So it was super cool. I'm going to attend a couple more of his events through the next few years, but I highly encourage you to look into it. He's running another one. This one that I went to is called Unleash Your Power. He has another one coming up, I think, in Texas pretty soon. Okay, question number 2. How to close a class. So for many of you here in the group, I assume many of you are doTERRA essential oil users. Perhaps many of you are actually building a business. And the core way that you build your business is through giving people an experience with the oils, bringing people together to teach a class, educating them, and helping them get started if they want to. Now, what we do is very different than many network marketing companies. We don't do parties. We actually, I really coach my team to be straight up about what it is. It's education. It's bringing people together to learn a better way. And if they're not ready that night at a class, then that's okay. Take your time with it. We don't force sales, nothing like that. So when I'm closing a class, I think the most important thing is that you hold space for all people, all readiness levels. I acknowledge people by saying, I realize that many of you are not ready to get started tonight because this might be the first time you're hearing about this other way of living, right? And I'm just so glad you're here. But what I do when I'm closing is I say, for those of you that are here, that are ready to make a major life change and join one of the most incredible journeys of your life, I'm going to help you get started tonight. And that's how I close. Because what I'm doing in that is I'm reminding them that this is a journey. They're going to be fully supported. And these tools will change their life, but they have to be ready. And if they're not, that's okay. I truly believe that's the best way to close a class. And then I go through the starter kits. I help people find what they're drawn to. And I definitely let them know they're joining a community and they're well supported. Because so one of the things I'll say is, you're going to get your own online store. The products are going to come to your doorstep. And we're going to have a call in about a week to go over all of your personal questions and get you set up on a protocol and help you navigate your back office. So I'm demonstrating to them, hey Amy, I'm demonstrating to them that this is a journey and they're supported. And that's what a close looks like, okay? That's what I believe it should look like. I've taught about 200 essential oil classes. I actually just did one last night to a group of lovely people, and I'll never stop teaching classes. I'm so passionate about connecting people to these tools. I'll be teaching classes for the rest of my life. When I'm given the opportunity to teach, I'll say yes. And I love teaching. And I still get nervous before classes because, you're walking into homes and you don't always know the people, right? But it's amazing and beautiful how it gathers people together. I basically use a class in a box outline. I have my own TerraPad sheets I created for my team, but it's basically that, where we go through what essential oils are, why doTERRA, how to use them safely, and we go through the top 10 oils. Will I teach one for you? Email me at heyholfit@gmail.com and I'll send you my webinar. It's basically the class that I teach. Okay, question number 3 was how to balance business with kids. I actually get this question every week on this Q&A. So basically, you know what? It comes up every week because this is like the most important thing to many of us who own our own business. We don't want to feel like we're failing at either thing, right? So in saying that, I run my schedule. I'm a big believer in Google Calendar. I will calendar everything in my day to make sure that what I've agreed to that day I get done. And obviously things come up in life. So the trickiest time for moms is when their kids are young. When both of my kids started school this last September, my youngest started school, it really changed the game for me. I was able to really schedule office hours in my home and time with my kids when they come home from school. I shut her down. My kids come home from school at 3:30, 3:45. I rarely do anything between 4 and 9 p.m. I'm full on family at that point. And so in order to do that peacefully, I have to be very accomplished in my 9:30 to 3:30 window. So I wanted, hey Josie, I wanted to speak to you moms who have your kids at home. You know, that is when you need to see where you can get help. Asking for help from your family, perhaps investing in even one day of help, getting daycare or somebody to come over and help you so you can have concentrated time to work on your business. That's really important. Don't pretend or lie to yourself that you're going to do all of these things at the same time. Multitasking is a lie. And it doesn't feel good as a mom to be trying to spend time with your kids while you're on your phone writing people back. Teach people to honor your time. Rarely when somebody texts me do I ever text them right back. Because again, what you're doing in that is you are basically letting their agenda run your day. So take ownership of your life. Can I get some hearts for this? Because this, I want you guys to drill this in. This is so important. If you are a business owner, you are responsible for your time, nobody else. And this is so important, you guys. If you teach people to respect your time, you will also teach them to respect theirs. It's a mutual thing, and it's so good for both people to get this. And you know, it'll cause your business to blossom truly if you start applying this, because you will get a lot done. If you concentrate on what you need to get done in a day and you're not checking into email constantly and checking on Facebook notifications and texting people back right away or answering your phone when people call. I don't even answer my phone when people call. I always let it go to an answering machine because I need to be able to dictate when I have the time to answer people or do things, and I bucket that. So I check my email, for example, 2 to 3 times a day, and that's it. I shut her down when I'm in focus zone, doing other things. Same thing with Facebook. I had to really practice hopping on Facebook just to get stuff done and not look at the notifications. That's a hard thing to do, right? You got to tune out that noise. So I hope that helps you. There are a lot of tools in place to help you with time management. If you'd like, you can email me and I will send you a recording I did on time management in my doTERRA business. If you're not in doTERRA, it might not appeal to you too much, but I'd love to help those of you that are needing help in this area. So anyway, we can keep chatting till my phone dies. I don't know how much more time I have. My power went out. I have a really big list of things I have to do, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna go get myself a coffee and I'm gonna sit down at a coffee shop and do a little people watching while I do a little bit of work. My email is heyholfit, so HEYHOLFIT@gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm HOL_FIT. I love Instagram. It's my favorite way to connect with people. All right, you guys. Any other questions? I'll take one more. I think I've got juice on my phone still. How do I do my wellness consults? So wellness consults, I kind of treat more as a membership overview. So I like to first of all ensure that they know where to find their resources for using their oils. So I connect them to books like The Essential Life, the Modern Essentials app on their phone. And then I also direct them to aromaticscience.com to start going through the modules. So I'm connecting them to how they're going to keep their journey going. I always like to try to set somebody up on a 3-month plan of slowly integrating natural health products. So we kind of talk about their own personal health status, if there's anything they're looking to address with the oils. I look in my resource books because what I'm wanting to teach people is that I'm not an expert. I know how to use my tools. That's what I'm teaching through wellness consults. So I'm teaching them where to find the tools so they can, you know, really feel empowered on that journey. So we'll discuss their personal protocol. We'll kind of set up a 3-month ordering plan. So most of the time, Yeah, you're welcome. Most of the time, what I'm helping people do is get set up on the monthly order, and I build out a 3-month plan with them so that they understand they're not taking on all these costs right away. They're staggering it out. They're redirecting their spending from, instead of going and buying toothpaste and face wash and supplements and all this stuff from Whole Foods, they order it through their monthly order. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, my wellness calls with people are 30 minutes or less. So I develop a protocol with them, and then we hop into their back office, and either I'll use Zoom so I can screen share with them, or I'll have them log into their back office, and I show them around there. I very simply show them how they reorder. I show them their online store, and then after we've done like the back office stuff, I connect them to our Facebook group, and what I do with them is I basically I find out, do they think they're going to have an interest in doing the business on our team, and if they do, we book a second call 2 weeks from that date to talk just about their business questions. And in the meantime, I send them either the build guide or, I have a document on my team that basically has links called Choose Your Adventure, what you want to get out of it. I see all these emails coming in on the top of my phone of you guys asking for some of these recordings. So I'll get those out to you probably tonight. Not right now, but later on. Okay, last question. Hi, Lori. Asking about Bulletproof coffee on an empty stomach. Is that the best way? Yeah, so Bulletproof coffee is designed to kind of support an intermittent fasting approach. And the idea is that you don't eat any food past, around 9 o'clock the night before. You're not having any foods with sugar in them or protein until about 1 o'clock the next day. So the coffee in the morning replaces breakfast. Now, water, you'll want to drink water right when you get up, always, always. I actually drink about this much water, a liter of water, in the mornings, before 9, just to show you like 2 bottle sizes. This would be like a standard water bottle. Here's a liter. I love my Swell bottles. So I drink water first thing. I'll often add a couple of drops of lemon essential oil to it. And then I will, no, it's not glass. It's stainless. And then what I'll do is I will have my Bulletproof coffee, which has, what I add is 1 tablespoon of either organic, virgin, unrefined coconut oil or MCT oil. And then I add 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter or ghee, which is clarified butter. And then I add 1 drop of cinnamon essential oil, helps with, and again, this is doTERRA. doTERRA is the purest essential oil brand you can buy, in my opinion, and in the opinion of 3 million others. Cinnamon essential oil is brilliant in your coffee, or I'll add peppermint. And yeah, it's amazing. And you blend it. You throw it in the blender. I throw it in my Vitamix. You blend it until it gets about 1 inch of foam. Okay, if you work out in the morning, that's a great question. So if you work out in the morning, if you go into Bulletproof Coffee or Dave Asprey's blog, he actually writes about this, but what you can do is you can kind of very gently blend collagen into the blended coffee that you've made. So it's like a second blend, but you don't want to blend it too intensely because it'll start denaturing the proteins. So collagen, you can do, whey protein will not work. It'll actually coagulate. So whey protein can actually be blended if you do an iced Bulletproof coffee version. And you can find both of those approaches on the bulletproofdiet.com, Dave Asprey. Yes, clumps are bad. So when you work out at noon, do you not eat until after? Yes. So what I personally do, I do Bulletproof coffee. I work out around noon, and by then I haven't had any protein yet, and then I have a smoothie with like tons of greens and hemp seeds. I'll either throw a scoop of doTERRA's protein in there, or I'll use glutamine and gelatin, or a grass-fed whey. I kind of mix it up. Fish oil, it's like a meal replacement smoothie. And then I basically move into foods, throughout after that from like 1:30 till like 9, I'm eating foods. That's just my personal approach. I've actually been doing that for probably about 3 years now. What does a class at a yoga studio look like? You know what? I don't really do classes at yoga studios. I have a lot of people on my team that do. If anyone on my team is on and wants to speak to that, yoga studios have an awesome vibe for integrating oils, right? So I think usually what I would do is work through the gatekeeper of that yoga studio, take care of them, help them really see the vision of what integrating oils into their studio could look like. And then they will likely want to have yoga classes happening in their studio. regularly. A lot of people doing that. I think you have an excellent opportunity. Anybody on the scope right now own a business, own a studio? Shout out in the comments. What do you own? You know, this is a great opportunity for you to build out a residual stream of income into your current business and over time work less. I think that's really the appealing part of integrating oils as a practitioner or studio owner. All right. Well, my power's still off. Let me just double check. It's on. The gates of heaven open. Integrating oils into your Kinder Music biz. What is Kinder Music? That's Emily. Hi, Emily. Tell us what you do. What's Kinder Music? I know it's something I looked at when my kids were little. Mommy and Me class. Oh, cool. What a neat opportunity you have. That's awesome. Hi, Kim. So nice to see so many of my girls on here. Hey, so all of you in doTERRA, did you guys get your convention tickets today? Tap the screen. Heart it up. Did you guys get convention tickets? It's going to be epic. I wonder how close they are to selling out. I'm sure I could find out. 34,000 tickets released. Last year they had 27,000 and they sold out in 13 hours. Woo, 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 woo. Yay. So awesome. It's going to be the best ever. Convention blows your mind. If you guys are listening to me right now and you haven't jumped on because you think that you don't have enough money or you don't have enough time or whatever the reason is,